to meet you, Chris. Good stuff.
We welcome to the show Si Cranstoun. So, what a fantastic gig tonight. How much did you enjoy it?
I loved it, Chris. It was a real blast and a wonderful East Grinstead crowd to really help to raise the spirits and get the show out of me, because it's all about the audience and the way they respond to the music that helps you as a performer put on a better show. And it was a great crowd tonight, so we all had a blast.
Yeah, there was great audience participation tonight, wasn't there?
Absolutely, right from the get-go. I mean, as soon as I came out, there's the great, lovely, warm, hearty cheer, and that helps to calm the nerves, you know, because...
Do you get nervous?
Well, it is quite nerve-wracking, because you just never really know... You don't really know what kind of audience you've got, you know, whether they're going to be into the music you're doing. There's so many, because we infuse a number of different styles of music. There's a bit of rock and roll, there's a bit of ska, a bit of soul in there. You don't really know whether the audience are favouring one genre over another, but this audience was great on all counts. So no, it was a good night. But there's a little bit of nerves, because as I say, when you walk out there, you're never really sure what kind of audience you're going to get.
Yeah, and you took us on a real musical journey tonight, didn't you?
I certainly did, yes. It's a journey of songwriting, a journey of musical enthusiasm for all the old greats that still are in my heart. I still drive around listening to Sam Cooke, Jackie Wilson. It's not just a passing phase for me. It was something that I fell in love with as a teenager, and still to this day. I really cannot believe how phenomenally talented those artists were back in those times, not only as performers and singers, but it was the recording, the record labels, the production, the engineers, everything about that era, 50s and 60s. To me, it was just, I think it was one of the best times for music ever. I'm not saying the 70s and 80s wasn't also really cool, but for me, what's in my heart will always be that
timeless music.
That 50s and 60s sound. I think it's just the singers of those eras just really have kind of found a foundation in my heart as a singer, songwriter.
So tell us how it all got started. You know, in your busking days, that was in Croydon, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. One of the first ever busking sessions I did was in fact in Croydon High Street, outside the Drummond or Whitgift Centre, I think it was, it was one of those moments where, again, a lot of nerves, a lot of worry. Are people going to dig what I'm doing? Are they going to be into it? But I was doing Jackie Wilson, I did Reapy Tea, and I did Wonderful World Sam Cooke. In fact, I did a few songs back then, not that many more actually than the Jackie Wilson and the Sam Cookes. I think I did a Johnny Nash song. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. But they were just songs that I loved, and I got such a good response from the public that I've been doing it ever since, really, and still very fortunate to be able to eke out a living doing what I love and enjoy.
Yeah, and Kiss on the Lips, you've got to talk about that, because that was such a big tune for you, wasn't it?
It was. It came as a surprise. It was something that, it was born out of frustration, to be honest. I'd been busking in the streets with my brother, been trying to get record deals. My brother was, he was in acting college at the time, and I was the musician. I'd been in bands, I'd had residencies in London, I'd had showcases for record companies, very near misses with a number of record labels, kind of phoning me up, coming down to see me. Is it going to happen? Isn't it going to happen? So I was really frustrated back in my sort of mid to late 20s, and Kiss on the Lips was something I just thought, I'm just going to write a song, get it out there, see if we can get enough public momentum behind what we do, which was my brother and myself busking the street, and see if we can get it in the charts. So sat on the song for about a month or two, back in the days of mixing desks, not when everything's on a computer. But I sat on this mix for Kiss on the Lips mix. I sat on that for about a month and a half, just was working on it solidly, just trying to get it as good as it could possibly sound. Eventually was happy with it, how we put it out, and just bust it in 5 towns, and it got to 21 in the pop charts. So it was pretty amazing, wonderful experience. It's something that I'll always cherish and never forget.
Wow, and who are some of your influences? I imagine people like Jackie Wilson.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as a songwriter, I think Sam Cooke was someone that I love his songs, the songwriting. I mean, songs like Change Is Gonna Come, which is incredibly sophisticated and deep and involved piece of music, to the simple songs like You Send Me and Twisting the Night Away, which is just very sort of three chord songs, but just the craftsmanship of Sam Cooke, the way he would write songs. I've always loved that. And then of course it was the operatic kind of gospel sound of Jackie Wilson's voice, which I've always loved. So somewhere in between those two guys, I think, has been a big influence to the tonality of my voice. But I hope people can hear that it's me and that I'm not, imitating them, even though I do still do their songs. When I'm writing my own material, and Kiss on the Lips, which I sing, is me. And people go, oh, yeah, that's Si's voice, that's Si Cranstoun, and we can hear influences of those old singers, but we know that's him. And so I'm hoping that's kind of where I've landed up anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you've been on a big tour recently, haven't you? You've been in Vegas, Milan.
Not Vegas wasn't recently, but we were. Yeah, last Sunday we were in Milan, and then we played up in Scotland. I did 2 dates, one in Edinburgh, one in Paisley, and then before that we were in Lincoln, and then the week before that we were in Liverpool, Grimsby, and what was the other place? Now we ended up. It'll come to me, but yeah, we've been playing quite a few venues. I think the other place was Solihull, that was it. So in the last 10 days, we've covered a fair bit of ground.
Yeah, must be great on the road. Yeah. And you sold out of CDs tonight.
We did, yeah. I was really surprised. I just thought
we got all of them.
Yeah, I didn't expect such a positive response. I mean, I thought I'd bring a few because I wasn't sure, but we just sold out virtually straight away, so which is great. A bit frustrating because I wish I brought more.
Yeah.
But anyway, but wonderful to at least have sold out on the CDs that I brought. Yeah, so it was cool. It was great. And great crowd.
Are there plans to record a new album or singles? Or?
Yeah, I'm actually in the throes of a brand new album called Jollification Volume 1. And it's hopefully going to be out in the next month, hopefully in the next few weeks if I can get it right. But I'm on the mixes, and I was mixing it actually today. And it's got a twist tune on there. It's got a slow kind of dark sort of sentimental ballad on there. It's got a bit of jazz, bit of sort of gigolo style Louis Prima on there. But it's all the stuff that I have grown up listening to, coming out in songs that I've written rather than cover versions. So it's all original material, and I am actually quite excited about getting it out there. Just got to get the mixes finished.
Yeah, we can't wait to hear it. Well, thanks a lot for joining us.
Well, I'll be sure to give you a copy, Chris. There'll be no doubt, and one to you over there, Chris's mum too. It'll be my pleasure.